third stage is the development stage. Now, in the development stage, is the initial preparation required to pave way for proper exploitation. So you see that another word here, exploitation. I will explain that. That's the next stage. So the development is fine. Okay, we've gained knowledge about the ore body. We know how the ore is. We've defined, okay, fine. We know that you're going to use surface, you're going to attack this or using surface mining systems or using underground mining systems. Now, the third stage is how do we get the ore? So all the excavations, you see the land is, let's say, it's normally forest. So how do we clear all these lands away and then get to the ore and then mine it? That is the development stage. Development, we are developing, we are creating access to the ore. So most of the underground mine, they have the development blast and then they have the production blast. So the development is they create way for the production blast to move on, commence. Let me put it that way. So the development stage is just preparing. So construction is even part. So let's say the place is just a forest reserve. We have to clear all the trees. We have to take certain things that is not or have nothing to do with mine. You have to take everything out to just gain the ore or to see the ore. So it's not only clearing, creating of roads, ramps, offices, let's say, what are some of the things you can build in a mine? Let's say HME, where yes, all those things are development, because before you start mining, if you are using surface, you should have your waste down before. Please, do we understand? So also gain an intimate knowledge, geological information of the deposit. So that is about development. So I think for the past since last year, Newmont started Yangfu projects, and then they were just developing the place. Sometimes they even have to pay money to citizens or community members who are closer to the mine, of which, let's say, the mining activities might have impact or negative impact on them. They have to pay and then drive them away, because if you blast and then you kill somebody, you close the mine down, and yes, the money you've invested in it's gone. Yes, and then we talk about the exploitation stage. This stage, the production stage, because so we can say exploitation stage or production stage. This is the stage that consists of the actual mining stage where the ore is being obtained. Now we are done with development. We can see that, okay, fine. We know this session we have high grade, this session we have low grade. Now, what are some of the things we are going to do to get the work, to get the ore, the actual thing? So the production stage consists of the actual mining stage where the ore is being obtained from the mine. So either you are going to use pits. We use pits for surface and then underground. The main thing you're developing in we say, what do I say? What are we supposed to do? We drill, we charge, we fire, we get the ore, and the core crashes. Then you see that thing, we get the whole thing. So the exploitation stage, even it is made up of, or let me say, it has been subdivided into three categories. Let me put it this way so that you have. So the first point is the production stage. We have the production stage. That is the treatment or beneficiation or smelting or refining stage to recover the first stage, the production stage. That is where we drill and then we fire and then get the ore. Getting the ore, that is the production stage. So as I said, if you go to some of the underground, we have production blast, even we have production team. So that is production. So if you go to the mine, typical language about here, production form. When you hear production, it means that the money is not coming. We are not getting what we are expecting. So it is During the exploitation stage, if you hear production, it means you are in the exploitation stage. More first car. You started drilling, you are more fire, you are picking money. Now, another sub point is the treatment of the treatment or beneficiation. Beneficiation. Now, fire, we've gotten the ore. The next step is that you take it to the crusher to grind and then process it to get the mineral of interest, what you want. And that is what our minerals or metallurgical engineers does. So after mining, we take the ore to the crushers. Now, if the crushers no so for yam, now if the chemicals to get the gold. So not this. This is very funny. You can be a mining engineer, but don't gold that. It is very possible. You can be a mining engineer, you can work for a number of years, but it is possible you have not even seen gold before, because in the second sub point, mining engineers do not go to the crusher or the processing plant unless maybe you are a general manager or something, you hold a high position. The mining engineers, what they are interested is firing, getting the ore. You get the ore, you are done with your work. Then the minerals guys will come and go to the crusher and then do their processes and then process the ore, take the gang out. The gang is a term, I'll explain it. Take the gang or the waste out and then get the ore itself. So you can call yourself a mining engineer and I won't go to that. It is possible. It is highly possible. And then the last stage is the marketing stage. That is where the metal or mineral are sold to the consumer. So after we drill and then we blast, that is the production stage. It moves to the processing stage. We process the ore. After you are done, done processing the ore. We pick the ore, take it to the consumer, give it to the consumer. We sell it and then we get our money. At the end of the day, we don't need the good. We need the cash. Mining engineers, we want money. So the next point, the following terms are used in production stage. So let's look at some of the terms. Partial production stage. Partial production stage is start of the mining stage. That is when we are starting. We are about to start the whole thing. That is why we say it is partial production. We don't get money. You see, mining is a business or a certain let me say work that if you need money quickly, don't invest in mining because it takes time. The exploration stage can even take more than 3 years. Yes. We are all here. We heard Newmont is going to Yamfu. I feel no more developmental stage. They are still developing the site. They've not even started production. Yes. So if you need money quick, you don't invest in mining. Mining takes time. So the initial stage, that is what we call the partial production stage. Then we have the full production stage. That is when the mine has reached a stage where its targeted or inclined capacity is achieved. Now, every mine is having a target. You set a target for the year. Oh, this year we want to mine this. To make the gold now, this kind of. The full production stage is when you are picking the actual, you are reaching your target. So it's just like a curve. You start initially, you're not getting your money. You get to the apex of the curve. That is why you are getting a lot of money. You are extracting gold. You are extracting the mineral of interest. Now, the end of production, what is getting in our mascara? If it is underground mining, we call something robbing of pillars. Now, in underground mine, because we leave pillars, in the mine so that it supports the whole system from collapsing. Sometimes some of these pillars, there might be all inside there. But because of we don't mine that pillar, because if you mine it, it will collapse and then maybe you come and just say a final rest in peace because you don't even see you. Just come and say bye-bye and then you close the mine. Do you get it? So in the end of production stage, that is where we say, okay, fine. We left this pillar and this session point. Because we are almost done with mining, we are closing the mine. Let's go and mine that pillar. So if you are robbing the pillar, we call it robbing. If you are mining the pillar, we call it robbing. You are robbing. You are just taking, for that stage, if you fire, you take your ore and then the thing will collapse because nobody will go there again. So at the end of production stage, nobody goes there. Let's look at the skills in mining. The skills in mining. There are several skills in mining. These depend on the number of workers employed, the size of the concession being worked, and the methods or techniques used in the exploitation, just to name few. So, as I said, we have small scales, medium scale, large scale, indigenous, all those things are there. But then what's the criteria we use to say this particular mine is a large scale depends on the number of workers you've employed. You can't employ 20 people and tell us you are a large scale mine. The size of your concession, the method and techniques you are using. So let's move straight up to the indigenous mining. This involves manual mining techniques such as digging of material with pickers, shovel, and or scooping the loose materials from riverbeds. So this is what most of our illegal miners are doing. They use more of manual, like physical strength to do the mining, using pickers and then those things to just mine, or on top of river, seabed, old river, and then they are just picking from that source. So that is not even a stage, a skill. It's just to let us know that we have that type there. We have small scale mining. Any unit mining operation having an annual production of 50,000 tons or less. So if the whole year the gold you're producing or the mineral of interest you are producing is 50,000 or anything less than 50,000, then I'm sorry, you are a small scale mining. You are a small scale mining. Now, medium scale. This involves average level of investment in a few modern machines and equipment. So let's go back to the small scale. In the small scale, the one feature that you can see is that the modern technology, the use of machines and modern technology is very low. They don't normally use modern technologies. They just use some simple things to get their ore and then go their way. So for the medium, they involve average level of investment. So I don't know, scan the room, and then you need, they also sometimes they buy machines, but not as compared to the large scales. Not many workers, less than 1,000 workers. So if you want to become a medium scale mine, you should employ not less than 1,000 workers. Output of such mines ranges between 24,000 and 60,000 ounces of mineral, whether gold or we are just saying mineral per annum, that is per year. You should be able to get this amount of gold. And then the large scale mining. This involves high levels of investment in men, machineries, and supplies. So large scale there, you employ a lot of people, number one. Two, the level of machineries and supplies you are using are very high. I remember I visited Goldfields, engineers and planners. Yes, I was just with engineers and planners alone. Engineers and planners, Goldfields, Tapa site was having more than 70 dump trucks. So you can see one dump truck, no, it's almost $1 million